Good morning, grade 6. Today we will review about our material last week, reproduction in plants. There are male part we call it stamen, and female part we call it carpel. Yeah, you can see male part contains anther and filament. Anther produce pollen grain and filament to support anther. Filament support anther. This one is stigma. Stigma has a sticky surface. Yeah, stigma, style, and ovary are the part or carpel. Yeah, carpel contains stigma, style, and ovary. Yeah, stigma has a sticky surface when the pollen lands, and then it goes to the style. Yeah, the style. Pollen has passed through the style to reach the ovary. Inside the ovary, there are ovules inside the ovary. Thank you. Next, we want to continue pollination. For fertilization to occur, pollen moves from anther to stigma. Pollen moves from anther to stigma. This is called pollination. There are two kinds of pollination. One, self-pollination. When the anther and the stigma, pollen moves from the anther to the stigma of the same flower. Two, cross-pollination. Pollen moves from the anther of one plant to the stigma of another plant. Yeah, pollen moves from anther of one plant to stigma of another plant. In nature, pollination happens in two main ways. Yeah, it can happen by animal, for example, bird, insects, or by wind pollination. Next, we go to next topic about fertilization. Yeah, you can see the pollen grain falls onto stigma. The pollen grain produce a tube called pollen tube. The pollen tube grows down through the style. The pollen tube grows down through the style and goes into the ovary. Yeah, you can see the male sex cells move down the pollen tube and joins the female sex cell in ovule. Next, after fertilization, ovary changes into fruit and ovule becomes seeds. The other part will die. Next, we talk about dispersal of seeds. Seeds must move from the plant to a place where they can grow. Yeah, so the seeds need to disperse or to separate from their parent plant so they can grow well. This movement called dispersal. Yeah, dispersal of seeds. There are 4 ways of dispersal. Number 1, wind dispersal. The seeds must have wings and parachutes to help them float. They must be light. You can see It must be light so it can go by the wind. Next, water dispersal. The plant must grow in or near water. The water will carry the seeds to a new place. Yeah, you can see this one. Coconut will go to a new place because of water. Number 3, animal dispersal. Some animals eat the fruit and throw away the seeds somewhere. You can see the monkey eat the fruit and monkey will put it somewhere, some new place. The others swallow it and the seeds are passed out through their faces. Next, explosive action. Some seeds are in pods. When dry, the pods split open. The seeds shoot into the air in different directions. Because of the explosive actions, the seeds will go to new place. Okay, once again, there are 4 types of dispersal of seeds. 1, wind dispersal. 2, water dispersal. 3, animal dispersal. 4, explosive action. After dispersal of seeds, the seeds will germinate. The root is the first part to grow from the seeds. Root is the first part to grow from the seeds. The root holds the young plant into the soil. Next, the shoot grows. After dispersal of seeds, the seeds need to germinate. Look at this. The root is the first part to grow from the seeds. The root is the first part to grow from the seed. The root will hold the young plant in the soil. You can see, yeah, the seeds grow. Next, the shoots grow and small leaves appear. The small leaves appear. Next, with its leaves, the young plant can make its own food by photosynthesis. The root take in water needed for photosynthesis. A seed, to grow well, they need food, air, water, sunlight, and warmth. A seed requires food, air, water, sunlight, and warmth to germinate. During germination, the young plant use food stored in the seed. The young plant use food stored in the seed. Before they can make photosynthesis, they take the food from the food stored. The seeds will grow into young plant, or we call it seedling. Next, young plant will grow into adult plant. Adult plant will produce seed. So the cycle will continue. Thank you. Vocabularies. Pollination, penyerbukan. Fertilisation, pembuahan. Pollen tube, tabung serbuk sari. Stamen, alat kelamin jantan pada bunga. Carpel, alat kelamin betina pada bunga. Germination, pengecambahan. Seedling, tanaman yang baru tumbuh. Explosive action, proses meletup atau terbelah.